Hello, what's up guys, I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is the classic Naruto S.H. Figuarts. I've been collecting the Naruto S.H. Figuarts line since the very beginning, since what, 2014 or so. And even though we got a great variety of Shippuden characters, we never got any classic Naruto. There were some figures within that scale that were really hard to find and really expensive, but it wasn't up to the quality standards that we have with S.H. Figuarts. So now that we finally have an S.H. Figuarts classic Naruto, I've been wanting this for years. I can proudly say this figure is solid. If I were to give it a grade, I give it an A. There's a few things that hold it back from being an A+, but this is a very solid release. Let me get into the nitpicks before I go like full fanboy over this thing. So I wish it would have came with just a little bit more. One of the biggest thing I wanted out of the classic Naruto, which we didn't get, is a face very similar to the S.H. Figuarts Boruto, where we have his eyes closed and he's smiling. Because you see classic Naruto do that, especially with his thumbs up, which thumbs up is also not an accessory in this. I feel that's like a missed opportunity because you can either have him do his pose where he has his thumbs up, or you can make it look like he's biting his thumb so he could do a summoning jutsu with toads. But just like Goku, they're probably gonna release this multiple times over, so like it probably doesn't matter. This one I'm not gonna count as a criticism because I'm not really sure on my opinion, because I see the scale between the Shippuden as well as the classic Naruto, and I'm not entirely sure if it's supposed to match like that. In my head, I imagine him being shorter, but I'm pretty sure this is probably fine, because I kind of expected him to be as short as like the Ultimate Legends Naruto from Bandai, and I got this just to have a classic Naruto on the shelf, but now that I have the S.H. Figuarts, I'm gonna be like, Andy, I don't need this anymore.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
But even then, like, going from a $10 figure to what, maybe $35 for this figure, you could tell the amount of differences there are here. Whether it be like the proper color tones for his headband, his shoulders, as well as his little sandals, the polish when it comes to the gaps in his articulation points. Like, this is a solid $10 figure, but like, this is so much better. But speaking of, the paint applications all over this thing are absolutely phenomenal. Like, it really does capture the look of Naruto very, very well. I kind of wish he could move his head up a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's the collar itself hindering it back. I have a feeling that it is. But the poses that I would like to do, you can easily do them. So like, if you like take it off the ball joint and just pretty much tuck it in going up, you can see the amount of range you can get now, and it actually stays in half decently well. So the reason why I'd want it up this high is if I'm gonna be doing the nine-tailed fox mode where I'm gonna have him on all fours, and I want him to actually look up at his enemies instead of looking at the ground, then yeah, I wanna be able to do this. But since you can tell I can easily do that, it's not that big of an issue. Getting him on all fours is a little bit difficult, but besides that, the articulation is everything I would need in a classic Naruto. They did a fantastic job. You get your double jointed elbows and your bicep swivels. You get your double jointed knees and your hinge right here, as well as the amount of movement that you need. Like, he's perfect. And he can also lean forward as much as you need to. He can reach his toes better than I can. And then going back, like, he can do whatever you need to. Like, this is a good figure. However, one of my friends, JM Animation, he does a lot of stop motion stuff. He noticed that his little swivel right here, well, technically on the other leg, the point is, this got super loose on him. But to be fair, he's doing stop motion, so he's really using these joints and pushing these figures to their limits to really get the really good animations. So obviously your mileage is gonna vary with these figures, but personally I haven't run into that issue yet. But I have had issues in the past with S.H. Figuarts as a whole, where like some joints just get super loose, or with my Miles Morales, the legs just snapped on me. But I notice how loose the toe hinges are on mine. Like, why can his toes go down? I don't understand that. This one seems looser than the other one, but it has me concerned, like, if I want to do poses with him strictly on just his toes, which is not going to be very common, but if I wanted to do that, like, I wouldn't be able to really pull it off all that well. But besides that, again, this is probably gonna vary from figure to figure, but like, this is overall solid. This is a very, very fantastic release. Even the detail, like the zipper, and I noticed like there's sometimes a noticeable gap like around here when this doesn't line up properly, but it's easy to adjust. But if you love like the Shippuden Naruto release, you're probably gonna love this one just as much. But going on, I really want to talk about how great the amount of accessories you get in here. all the face paints look fantastic. I wouldn't say they capture the look of classic Naruto to a T, but to be fair, the animation back then is so old and it shows its age pretty badly. But if we bring it to a modern day and make a modern remake of it, it would look pretty similar to how these faces look, and they look really nice. So I'm not gonna say these don't look accurate. These are great looking faces. And when it comes to the variety of hands you get, we get a set of hands where he has his fingernails out for his nine-tailed fox face. We get normal hands out, we got jutsu hands, we got gripping hands for his kunai, which the kunai you can actually take apart to make it actually fit in his hand without breaking or warping anything, which is nice. The kunai itself doesn't look as nice as the other ones, so if I'm gonna be like having him like just swing it around or something, then I'm not gonna use this kunai because it doesn't look as nice. But when he's actually using the kunai and holding it in his hand, this is a perfect kunai for that. And it's a nice solid grip too, it doesn't sit in there loosey-goosey. And then we have a different variety of hands, like this hand in particular just holds the Rasengan. This one like does a pose where he's like, I don't know, doing this. But this hand, I'm not entirely sure. The only thing I can think of is like trying to help build the Rasengan. I don't really know what this hand's for. But yeah, besides the thumbs up, I think this is a perfect variety. But I noticed in the instructions they want you to just pull the face out, but I noticed I gotta pull off the head to swap out the faces, which thankfully, like, popping the head off is very easy. And then the sun goes down and it gets like super dark in the background. I need a better set. So anyway, so then we just put this in there and then we pop that back on. And the spikes don't hurt your hands too much trying to put his head back on, which thank Jesus, because the amount of times it happened to me, it got annoying quick. So these hands down here are exclusive to just the right hand. They don't have left hand equivalents, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I'll take it. So we're gonna pop this hand off. We're gonna put this hand on and do that. And then bing, bada, boom, you got Naruto. Also, I like putting his hand up like that. Like I like this pose a lot. And then we could do poses like him doing the Rasengan. We're gonna put on the shouting face. Pop that on there. We're gonna take out this hand. Put on the hand with the peg hole. Struggle to get the Rasengan itself, and it only fits in one way. And let's swap out the fist for like I don't know, an open hand. Bend the legs a little bit the way you need to. And now we have Naruto doing a Rasengan. And again, the look on the faces, the posability with this thing, this is the perfect classic Naruto figure. They've done such a good job with this. And I want to set up the nine-tailed fox version real quick because the amount of detail that you can see in it is so nice. Pop up the head, take that out, we're gonna pop that there, we're gonna take this. Pop that in here, we're gonna pop that head back on, we're gonna take this hand, we're gonna put this back in here, and we're gonna grab the two hands dedicated for a nine-tailed fox form. Seeing him like this is so cool, but like not seeing the chakra all around him is a little odd, so imagine how cool it would be if we got a re-release of him strictly in this mode with all that around him. How they pull that off, I have no idea. But I trust Tamashii Nations, I think they could pull it off. So with like every other hand that they have on here, they don't paint the fingernails or anything, but for these hands in particular, they actually paint those fingernails to make it look like claws or whatever. They do a fantastic job with this. And all the extra line work when it comes to his face, like what, like the wrinkles or anything, like it adds so much more emotion and life to this figure. They've done such a good job with this figure. I love it. But if I want to get him on all... Okay, so another point. So this is a ball peg. So thankfully, hopefully, you won't snap that. Because this is not the first time that's snapped on me. But it's still scary when it does. Because I've broken a couple of figures in the past couple of months. Now I got anxiety. So anyway, so like trying to get him in a pose where he's on all fours. But then also looking up, like, you can't really get his head all up that well. So you gotta separate it and then like kind of tuck it in. So then you can do that and then it looks pretty solid. But as you can tell, like, it holds it really well. So like, I'm not gonna count that as a fault. Even though he doesn't have that range natively in the joint, it's easy to kind of like exploit it to get the exact pose you need without having a hideous gap under it, because you're looking at it straight head on. So it looks good, it looks fine. And since we have this, it'd be really nice to see if we can get a curse mark version of Sasuke of classic Naruto, because we have the face coming out for Orochimaru, which is great, but I want to see a full-fledged demon mode of Sasuke. And how I'm gonna fit that on my shelf is beyond me. But I'm gonna figure it out. But then having silly faces like this, which I'm so thankful that the newer line of Naruto S.H. Figuarts does faces like this. I don't use them all that much, but especially in like classic Naruto, like these faces are used quite often, so it makes me happy seeing these faces. And even with me like trying to push this figure to his limits, like accidentally snapping off his foot, like I feel the longevity of his durability is there. I don't think he's gonna snap very easy. Besides the small criticisms I had for this figure, again, this figure is a solid A. I feel like if you were a fan of classic Naruto, this is like the perfect figure for you. I think you would absolutely love grabbing this. And I hope that places like Target will carry this, because I see them carry other characters, like regular Naruto especially. So I have a feeling that places like GameStop, and Target, and hopefully some other places, maybe like Walmart, will start carrying this Naruto. And I feel that this is a perfect gift for either like any figure collector or any just fan of classic Naruto, because you can do whatever you want with this figure. You can have so much fun with it. Besides the extra face and a few extra hands I wanted out of this, I feel they couldn't have done a better job with this. This is solid. I'm so happy with this. And thankfully he's cheap enough so you can buy multiple of these to do your shadow clones. Personally, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait until more releases of this character happen, and then I'll just buy shadow clones that way, which I hate doing, but I'm voting with my wallet. I'm buying them anyway. But yes, this Naruto S.H. Figuarts is a solid release, and I feel everybody should grab this figure. Let me know in the comments, what other classic Naruto characters do you want to see out of this? Because obviously we're getting Sasuke, which that's coming out in a when. But I want to see Sakura. I want to see a curse mark form of Sasuke. Maybe see the rest of the cast in their young form. We don't know. But this was one of my most anticipated figures of the year, and it lived up to the hype. Good job, Tamashii Nations. You did it. But the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, and Gwen, I'm gonna do videos on those because I got some complaints. But that's another video for another time. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description is gonna be my social media. So if you love toy photography, check out my Instagram because I do a lot of fun stuff there. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. And we'll review Sasuke very soon. The next few figures I plan on reviewing outside of the Miles and Gwen is going to be the Link Between Worlds Link Figma, because I finally got one of those. We also have stuff like the PlayArts Kai Cloud, we have the Chobits Chi Nendoroid, and those are all coming in the next couple of weeks. So get excited because I have a lot of reviews coming very soon. So anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you on the next one. So peace.